Welcome back to the RBL, everybody. Let's get straight into the first game here, where we have the Nashville Stars going to Baltimore to take on the Glory. Let's get straight to tip-off here. Let's see who wins, and we'll have first possession. And the Nashville Stars take first possession. D'Angelo Russell here with the ball for them. Swings it over to Paulo Santos. Back up to D'Angelo Russell after a pin down. Over to Mole now in the mid-range. Kicks it over to Finch in the corner, who's going to receive a screen. Shoot a little, nope. Faked a step back, down to Santos, who's going to get blocked on a turnaround attempt. Try to turn around, fade away, and is blocked. And they get a Miller layup in the fast break. And Mole now here with the ball for the Stars after Miller's fast break floater goes in. Thiago Santos here with the ball. Over to Russell, who's going to try himself a three, and he gets it to go. Now here is the Baltimore Glory here. Douglas has the ball in the corner. Couple screens for Miller, who's going to get downhill. Kicks out to House Jr., who's wide open on the top of the key, and he can't convert. Miller grabs the rebound and goes back up and converts. D'Angelo Russell here with the ball for the Stars. Swings it over to Mole in the left corner. Back up to D'Angelo Russell. They're going to rotate to Paulo Santos. Back over to Russell, who's going to give it to Mole, who's going to try a three, and very contested, and he falls over on the landing. Looks like Miller is... Nope, D'Angelo Russell picks off the pass as Miller tries to post him up. Finch now has got the ball, and he dunks it in transition. Two-handed jam there for him. D'Angelo Russell picks the pocket, and he gets inside, passes back out to Paulo Santos. He sees Thiago down low, and he gives it to him. He's going to try a little hop post fade, and he can't convert. Greg Bound crawls the rebound. Up to Miller, who's got Santos switched on to him. Over to Williams. He's going to try a little midi step back, and he converts it. D'Angelo Russell here with the ball again for Nashville. Over to Paulo Santos on the right wing. Back up to D'Lo at the top of the key. Looks like he's going to receive a screen from Thiago Santos. He gets space, and he turns it over. Instead of shooting it, he tried passing it. He turned it over. Miller's going to try a mid-range pull-up in transition. He gets it to go over his defender. Greg Brown here is inbounding the ball. Or no, that's Kenny Lofton Jr. inbounding the ball. He throws it into Miller. Over to Underwood. He's going to receive a screen by Kenny Lofton. And he gets downhill, and he tries to throw a bounce pass, and Charles Bassey steals it. And Aaron Finch is fouled in the fast break. Kelly Oubre Jr. picks that one up. Aaron Finch, and he gets the and one to go. Craig here with the ball for the Glory, 21-17. Down to Oubre. He spotted him from right past half court and gave him a nice dime for the dunk. Let's see what they're setting up here, Nashville. Bunch of off-ball screens. Looks like floppy. Finch catches it wide open. He banks in the mid-range jumper. Let's see what the Baltimore Glory get set up with their next possession. Some more off-ball screens. Another floppy ran, but Underwood didn't get the spacing that Finch did. So they're going to set him an on-ball screen. He's going to come off and shoot a three, and he swishes it. It's a 6-point lead here for Baltimore. Underwood's got the ball for them after a Nashville bucket. He receives a screen, gets downhill, throws it to Kenny Lofton Jr. Underwood probably had a wide open floater, and he passed out of it. And Glory, and he gets inside and dunks on him. Great take by Miller there. Milton's got the ball now for the Nashville Stars. He's going to receive a screen. Comes off, shoots a three, and he hits it. Here we are, 6:42 in the second. Kelly Oubre Jr. sets a screen, flips it for Underwood. Underwood gets it in the corner, and he doesn't shoot it, though. Kicks it out to Oubre Jr., who's going to receive a screen. He finds Kenny Lofton after the roll. Kenny Lofton's a pretty undersized big, but he's quicker than a lot of other ones, too, as he gets the two-handed dunk. Mole's going to try a three, and he swishes it. It's a 4-point game now. Over to Oubre Jr. Underwood now in the corner with the ball. He's going to receive a screen from Kenny. Shoots a little one dribble midi pull-up, and he hits it. Charles Bassey inbounds it to Mole. Mole now here, one of the candidates for Sixth Man of the Year, coming off the bench, Fergus Mole. Over to Paulo Santos, back to Mole at the top of the key, and he rattles home another three-pointer. Underwood's got the ball here, back in the right corner, over to Rbl, over to House Jr., back up to Underwood. He tries a three, and he can't get it to drop. Paulo Santos grabs the rebound. Milton now here with the ball in the left corner. Underwood on him. Paulo Santos swings up to Finch. Back to Milton. And Paulo Santos is going to go post up Kelly Oubre. Gives him a little pump fakes, drop steps, and gets the offhanded inside layup to go. 44 seconds remaining here in the second. 1 point game. Nashville with the lead. Williams now with the ball for Baltimore. Miller with the ball. Tries to size up Fergus Mole here. Pulls it back out. Probably didn't like what he was seeing there. Williams with the ball with D'Angelo covering. He receives a screen, comes off, shoots a little fading three, and he swishes it. And that'll take us to halftime. Let's see who can come out of halftime. And as it's only a 2 point game here, Baltimore with the 2 point lead after the Williams fading three right before half. So let's see who can come out and take the second half. Really comes down to the third and fourth quarter here, as we're still practically, it's only a one possession game, as Miller is swatted away on his layup attempt. Douglas here with the ball for the Glory now. He's going to try driving right, but he sees a double team, so he's going to back it out a little bit. Now he gets inside, tries a little scoop layup, and can't get it dropped. Great defense by Paulo Santos there. In transition, he's going to bring the ball up the court. Gets a little inside positioning, gets down into the paint. Turns his back a little bit. Up to Aaron Finch at the top of the key, who Thiago Santos is going to set a screen for him. He shoots a three, and he hits it. It's a little toilet bowl maneuver there from the ball around the rim. Williams with the ball now for the Glory. He tries to spin and turns it over. Paulo Santos tipped it on the spin. Paulo Santos gets inside. Foul and one. He's got to convert his layup. Let's see. Does he knock it down? He does not. And Greg Brown grabs the miss. You got to hit your free throws, guys, especially in close games like this. Williams down to Greg Brown, who's going to try a three, and he's swatted by Thiago Santos. Might have been a foul, but Thiago Santos runs the floor in transition and catches two bodies. Finch up to Boston Jr., over to D'Lo in the corner, and D'Lo hits the little corner contested three. Williams got the ball here now. It's a 4 point game. Nashville with the lead. Miller has the ball in the mid-range. Over to Douglas with a deep two, and he hits it. Let's see what they get set up here now. Glory has the ball. They try throwing a lob to Greg Brown, and Greg Brown dunks it. D'Angelo Russell's got the ball here for Nashville. Tied up 63-63. Back to D'Angelo Russell. Couple off-ball screens. Boston Jr. receives a screen from D'Lo. He gets into the paint off the screen and has to be forced to pick up his dribble. D'Angelo Russell's got about 4 seconds left. He gets a screen from Thiago, but he shoots it without even taking a dribble. And he misses. Miller grabs a rebound, throws it over to House, and they throw another lob to Greg Brown, and he tips that one in as a layup. Running in transition. The Glory are doing a great job of filling that paint and getting down there. Miller's going to try a little pull at midi, and he can't get it to drop. Charles Bassey grabs the rebound. Up to Shake Milton, who is going to speed the ball up a little bit, see if they can catch the Glory with mismatches. Shake Milton tries a little midi step back, can't get it to drop. Tipped out to Lofton Jr., who grabs a defensive rebound. They throw it up to Miller, who finishes the physical layup inside. Lofton is inbounding the ball here for Douglas, who will bring the ball up for the Glory. And what does he do? He looks like he's going to drive. Gets inside, but comes back out. He doesn't like what he saw there from the defense. He's getting stonewalled here by Fergus Mole. About 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Let's see what Douglas does here. A couple little size-up dribbles. He's got to pull a contested three, and he hits it. Great shot. Great defense. Fitch got the ball here for the Nashville Stars. He drives, gets inside. Little scoop layup, and he does not get the lucky roll. House corrals the rebound, and he's going to bring the ball up for Baltimore. over to Underwood. Let's see what he gets set up here. He's going to run around, receives a screen from Kelly Oubre Jr. Back over to Oubre on the pop. Finds Douglas inside, who tries a little spin fade, and he cashes in. All right, 1:22 remaining in the fourth. Douglas is going to inbound the ball here for Baltimore. Someone can get open, and Williams gets the inbound. Swings it back to Douglas when he gets inbounds. He's going to drive left, gets inside, kicks back out to Williams. Douglas now has the ball again. They're just playing back and forth. Gets inside the paint, tries a little floater, and he's fouled by Paulo Santos, and he does not like that call. Do a little bit of talking with his teammate as Douglas knocks down his first free throw. Some high fives there from his teammates. Can he knock down his second one to put them up 7? Let's see. This might seal the game. There's only 1 minute and 7 seconds left, and this will be a 3 to 4 possession game here. Depending on if the Nashville Stars can hit some threes to bring him back quicker. D'Angelo Russell's got the ball for Nashville. Over to Mole. He tries a little hezzy pull, but he misses. Thiago Santos grabs it, and he's blocked on his second attempt. Great defense there by the Baltimore Glory. Miller's got the ball for them now. 45 seconds left. Williams. Douglas back to Williams. House Jr. was wide open. He could have pulled that. He's a pretty good shooter. But they're going to look to get Miller downhill, and he throws the ball away. Turnover. Finch has the ball. Throws it down to Mole in the fast break, and he dunks it. Miller's going to stall some time here, trying to get to the other side of the hoop. About 30 seconds left. House is going to get fouled for the free throws as the Baltimore go into bonus. He knocks down his first one to make it a 6-point game. Can he seal it? He does not. He misses it. Thiago Santos grabs it. D'Angelo Russell brings the ball up, swings it over to Mole, who's going to try again, or Aaron Finch, and he misses. Williams now with the rebound is fouled. 6-point game. Say it's hard to see the names whenever they're sprinting down the court, but Williams knocks down his first free throw. This might seal the game as there's only 20 seconds left and he gets it. So it is a 8-point game. Glory has knocked down both free throws there. Williams for the Glory knocked him down to make it 8. D'Angelo Russell gets open, gets a little bit of space, but he does not knock it down. Douglas corrals the rebound, and he gives it to Miller, who's just going to walk the ball out up the court. And that is the game. Baltimore takes the win, 102-94. And let's take a look at those stat sheets. This one's for the Stars, and here's for the Glory. Feel free to pause as I move on to the next game, where we have the Sound, St. Louis Sound, hosting the Alaska Avalanche. Let's just get straight to tip-off here. Steven Adams jumping against Elijah Patterson, and Steven Adams wins the tip, which will have Quavo bring the ball up for the Avalanche. Over to Love. And Quavo's going to come off a Scoop Nicholson screen. And he's got the ball at the top of the key. They find Jamal Jim for a little contested 3, and he gets the lucky rattle. Hand there to contest by Mario Jones, but wasn't there quick enough. Elijah Patterson's got the left wing ball on the left wing. Over to Jones, to Smith, up to Tony Snow, who's going to receive a screen from Alex Orr. Tony Snow comes off, and he misses his open jumper. Love corrals the rebound, and he's picked up by the small but sharp-shooting Flynn Snell. Over to Jamal Jim, being covered by Mario Jones. She's a screen from Steven Adams, one of the toughest players to get around, as Jamal Jim gets inside and gets the layup to go. Mario Jones is a great defender, too, so, for Steven Adams to set a screen like that to keep Mario from getting around him, he's going to set strong screens, as Alex Orr here drives and he gets fouled. He needs to knock down his two free throws to get St. Louis on the board, as the first one is up, and it's a swish. Alex Orr is one of the better free throw shooting wings in the league. A lot of wings like to miss their free throws, whether it's both of them or one of two. as Alex knocks down his second one. Flynn Snell here has the ball for the Sound as we move up to 6.5 minutes to go in the first. Flynn Snell drives, gets inside, puts up a little floater, and he gets it to go. To make it a 5-4 game, Avalanche winning. As J.J. Love gets into the paint off a drive, and it's rejected by Alex Orr, who played great defense there, stayed in front, got the block without fouling there. He's going to hand it off to Flynn Snell. Let's see what the Sound gets set up here. Finds Alex Orr off a pin down from Elijah. Alex gets inside, and he's fouled again. This time it's an and one. He's not the fastest wing in the league, but he does attack pretty strong. A lot of defenders will stay in front of him, but the problem is he goes up to finish strong at the rim, and that's where he gets his free throws drawn. Steven Adams inbounding the ball here for the Avalanche into Jamal Jim, who finds Quavo on a cut, but Flynn Snell stayed with him. Doesn't lead to a layup. They're going to pass down to Scoop Nicholson and the post up. He's going to try a deep one-handed hook, and he gets that to drop. Mario Jones here has the ball for St. Louis. Swings it over to Elijah Patterson, takes a couple dribbles, skips over to Alex Orr, who's going to drive, and he gets a two-handed slam to go over Corey Kispert. Didn't stay in front. Jetty Osman with the ball for the Sound. Finds Braden Orr, who comes up to receive it. And they're setting some off-ball actions. He's going to receive a screen from Darius Baisley. Braden Orr comes off, and it's a swish pull-up. Jetty Osman throws it into Flynn Snell. Looks like the Sound are running a double point guard lineup right now. Probably for more shot creation, as Flynn Snell finds Pekovic on the short roll. Rashawn Holmes gets inside, tries a layup, and he's fouled by Pekovic. Rashawn Holmes will get 2 free throws. The first one is good. Needs these to kind of bring his team within, 7? Bring his team within 7 points. As the Sound are kind of pulling away a little bit at the start of this second quarter here. Braden Orr is going to receive a double screen. He's going to find Darius Baisley on the roll, and Darius Baisley puts in a little left-handed layup over the defense. Jamal Jim's going to get inside. He's covered by Jetty Osman. Terry Rozier now with the ball. Receives a screen from Rashawn Holmes. Terry Rozier comes off. 2 dribbles into a wide-open 3. Looks like there was no effort to get around that screen there by the defender. Flynn Snell here with the ball. A couple off-ball screens, and they find Pekovic. Swings it to Jalen Smith, who's going to hand it off to Braden Orr. Jalen Smith is one of the league leaders in three-point percentage, as Braden Orr comes off that dribble handoff and cashes in an open 3. Julian Strother here has got the ball. Hands it off to Scoop Nicholson, who finds J.J. Love. Swings it over to Quavo, who's going to give a couple size-up dribbles to the Sound's point guard Flynn Snell. Quavo's holding the ball here a little too long. He's going to give it to J.J. Love for a last-second heave, and Alex Orr tips it. He knew they're going to have to throw something up last second, and he was ready for it. And Alex Orr actually has the ball here now, who finds Mario Jones wide open, and Mario Jones cashes that one up. Ball rebounded by Jalen Smith, goes up to Alex Orr, who finds Mario Jones again. Mario Jones finds Elijah Patterson, who gives it back to Jones, who tries a little left-handed turnaround hook, and he cashes it in. Quavo's going to bring the ball up for the Alaska Avalanche. J.J. Love to Scoop Nicholson, back to J.J. Love. Julian Strother is going to cut, and he gets the layup to go. Great find there. Steven Adams with the ball. Now 7.5 to go in the third quarter. Steven Adams sets a screen for Quavo. Quavo comes off. He misses it. Steven Adams grabs the rebound and finds Jamal Jim cutting. Jamal Jim gets the layup to go. You gotta finish out those defensive possessions by grabbing the board. Steven Adams is one of the best offensive rebounding bigs in the league, so you really got to stop him as Alex Orr cuts off a pin down and gets the one-handed jam to go. Quavo here with the ball for Alaska. Giving Flynn Snell some size-up dribbles. Alex is going to try to poke at it from the help side on the left. Jamal Jim sizing up Mario Jones. Mario's reaching. And as they call for a switch, Jalen Smith gets posterized. Strong finish by Jamal Jim there. Alex Orr with the ball on the left wing. They're setting some off-ball screens for Flynn Snow, who's going to get downhill. And he's blocked behind by Steven Adams. Great help defense by Steven there to recognize the where the ball is going to be as Jamal Jim hits the 3 in transition. 5.5 to go in the third. St. Louis is leading 55 to Alaska's 47. It's an 8-point game. Flynn Snow covering Quavo, who finds Scoop Nicholson wide open at the top of the key, and he gets the lucky 2 bounces. Mario Jones here now got the ball for St. Louis. It's a 5-point game now. Jalen Smith here with the ball, up to Alex Orr at the top of the key. Receives a screen by Elijah Patterson. He finds Jalen Smith wide open in the corner. You got to help on those drives, but you can't just leave the corner with no closeout as Jalen Smith catches it in. Flynn Snow hit the ball, finds Jalen Smith. Over to Mario Jones, who's going to receive a screen from Elijah. He finds Elijah on the roll, and Elijah Patterson dunks it in. Great court vision by Mario Jones there. Quavo's got the ball with Flynn Snow covering. Top of the key, giving him size up, drives left, and finds Scoop Nicholson for a deep 2. Quavo realized that there was going to be help defense there and kicked out. 60 to 52, St. Louis is winning. Jamal Jim here with the ball for the Avalanche. Over to Corey Kispert, and he finds Quavo. Quavo gets into the paint off a couple little dribbles. And it works its way back over to Jamal Jim, who's covered by Mario Jones. And J.J. Love tries to shoot a 3, but Jalen Smith was there. And as J.J. Love misses his second attempt, Steven Adams is there for the offensive rebound and the left hook to put it in. Make it a 6-point game. Darius Bailey's got the ball, and they're going to give it to Alex Orr, who's kind of got a little of a mismatch here with Corey Kispert. Alex Orr receives a screen, comes off, and shoots a 3. Corey Kispert went under, and that left Alex Orr to pull up a wide-open 3. Steven Adams here with the ball for the Avalanche. Takes a couple dribbles, and Elijah stays in front. Mario Jones pokes it. Great help defense and recognition by Mario Jones there. Finds Flynn Snow in the corner on the rotate, and Flynn Snow rattles that one in. Mario Jones is one of the league leaders in assists. Fantastic court vision he has. He always finds cutters and off-ball movers. Pick and roll with him and the St. Louis Sound bigs is really deadly. Quavo tries a 3 here for the Avalanche, and he gets it to drop. And here we are at the start of the fourth quarter. St. Louis is up 72 to Anchorage, Alaska Avalanche to 59-72 St. Louis. Braden Orr is guarding Terry Rozier here. Hands it off to Trey Lyles, who gives it back to Terry Rozier. Jamal Jim tries to cut, and he gets the two-handed to go over Mario Jones. A lot of these off-ball screens are getting Mario Jones caught up, and it gets Jamal Jim open. Braden Orr gets a handoff from Mario Jones, and Braden Orr catches that little deep 2 jumper to drop. Jamal Jim here at the top of the key, being guarded by Mario Jones again. They're just spamming picks because nobody wants to help on Jamal Jim. They're too busy worrying about the roll man, as Darius Baisley reads that one correctly and picks off the pass. And Mario Jones finds Jalen Smith in transition for a one-handed dunk. Braden Orr covering Terry Rozier, who comes off a screen, and he misses. Darius Baisley grabs a rebound. Throws it up to Braden Orr in transition, who's going to find Jetty Osman cutting. Jetty kicks it back out to Mario Jones. Pretty risky pass there, but he's going to receive a screen by Jalen Smith. Mario Jones gets inside. He's fouled and won. Rashawn Holmes late on the rotate, and he ends up sending Mario Jones to the free throw line. And Mario Jones does not get the roll. He misses his free throw. No chance, or had a chance to convert the and one there, and he's not successful. Terry Rozier here has got the ball. He's going to drive. Braden Orr did a good job of staying in front. Corey Kispert ends up with the ball in his hands, and he finds Rashawn Holmes. 4 seconds left. Rashawn Holmes might have to chuck it. He does, with Pekovic in his face, and he swishes it. Corey Kispert up to Terry Rozier. He gets into the paint, and Rashawn Holmes ends up with a mismatch of a guard on him, but he can't convert. Jalen Smith crawls the rebound. Good defense there by Mario Jones, who's going to find Pekovic in transition. Kicks it back out to Jones. Pekovic caught it too far under. Braden Orr now, who's going to receive a screen. He comes off, tries another 3, and he cashes in. Braden Orr was the hot hand here in the fourth quarter for the Sound. Hit a bunch of jumpers to keep the game outside of the Alaskan reach. as Quavo here has the ball for them with 1:45 left. Over to Jamal Jim in the corner. Alex Orr is trying to work his way around some off-ball screens, and the ball ends up in Quavo's hands with Flynn Snell covering. Back to Jamal Jim, who's going to drive on Mario, and he catches 2 bodies under the rim. Jones now with the ball. Over to Flynn Snell, back to Jones. He's got Quavo guarding him. He finds Alex Orr for a 3, and Alex can't convert. Jamal Jim corrals that rebound, and he's going to bring it down the court. He's being covered by Alex Orr now. Can Alex get a stop here? And he gets blown by, and it's an and 1 foul for Jamal Jim. Darius Baisley fouled him there. Darius Baisley will inbound it. Jamal Jim now with the ball for the Avalanche. He finds Corey Kispert in the corner, and Corey Kispert cannot convert. Seth Curry grabs the rebound as there's only 30 seconds left to go. And St. Louis is up 99 to Alaska's 87. Brayton Orr is going to try another 3, and he cashes it in to make it 87 to 102. We got 15 seconds left. The Avalanche might just dribble the ball out here. Nope, looks like they're running some sets maybe to get Jamal Jim some more buckets. I know Jamal Jim's in a running for scoring leader as he tries, but Brayton Orr blocks it. And that is the game. Here are the score sheets for that game. Let's get right into game number 3 as we see the New Jersey Knights are hosting the Raleigh Cavalry tonight. Let's see who wins this tip-off, Malik or DJ, and Malik will win it. So Tyler Wilson has the ball, throws it up to Armani D'Angelo, the offensive powerhouse for Raleigh. Really good shooter. A couple off-ball screens here for Tyler Wilson, who receives the ball. He's going to drive, but Van Dyne's going to stay in front. He's going to throw it back to D'Angelo, who's going to receive a screen from Buzelis. Armani tries to slither his way inside, but he's fouled on his floater attempt. We're going to see him get 2 free throws, as his first one is good. And is his second one good? Yes, it is. 2 on the board for Raleigh now as they score in their first possession. As Casper Van Dyne's got it here for the Knights. Throws it over to Greg Tank, another offensive powerhouse. Throws it back up to Van Dyne. He's going to receive his... Oh, it looks like a fake screen. Van Dyne's going to try a step-back 3, and he hits it. Tyler Wilson's got the ball here for Raleigh. Throws it over to D'Angelo, who finds Doug Forsyth in the corner. As Forsyth drives, he's guarded by Greg Tank, and he's swatted. Doug Forsyth's not a great three-point shooter. As Casper drives here, he's going to do a little step-back move. Yeah, Doug Forsyth is kind of like your Tim Duncans. You know, he's more in the inside the three-point line. As Greg Tank's going to receive a screen here, get downhill. And Doug Forsyth gets his revenge there on that block. Nathaniel Halpern steals the ball. He finds Adrian Castro, a great 3-and-D guard, over to Halpern. A couple off-ball screens, and he finds Greg Tank wide open for a baseline midi. Tyler Wilson here with the ball now. Throws it over to DeAndre Hunter, a really good 3-and-D small forward. Bunch of off-ball screens. And Armani D'Angelo ends up with it. He drives, tries a floater, and he gets the lucky bounce over the great defensive help from DJ Johnson. Castro's going to drive baseline. Kicks it back out to Greg Tank, who's left wide open. He can't convert, but Buzelis grabs a rebound, finds D'Angelo in transition. D'Angelo pushes it, but he stops. Could have pulled that, had a little bit of space, but he ultimately decided not to. As Doug Forsyth sets one and pops, he receives it, throws it over to Armani, who's going to get a screen from DeAndre Hunter, and he cashes in the one dribble pull-up 3. 17-15 Raleigh here with 1:30 to go. Raleigh up 17 to the Knights, 15 points. Adrian Castro has the ball here now. He finds Casper Van Dyne, who probably could have taken a dribble and shot it, but he's going to get inside, find Reed for the two-handed slam. Tyler Wilson's got the ball now after that dunk by Paul Reed. He's going to find Cook, who's going to get two-handed dunk right back. Castro's got the ball here, and Russell Westbrook is in now for the New Jersey Knights. He brings a lot more of a speeding pace versus the patient offense that Castro runs. He's going to find P.J. Washington, spot up, and he cashes it in. That's what's scary about the New Jersey Knights. They can either slow it down with the three-point and shot creation of Van Dyne, or Russell Westbrook can speed it up as they find Cook for another two-handed slam. Great pass by Doug Forsyth there. Nathaniel Halpern's in the post now with Cook guarding. He's going to try a little fadeaway. No good. Doug Forsyth grabs that rebound and finds Tyler Wilson. And he'll get the ball back from Cook. They find Doug Forsyth over to Frank Ntilikina. Throws it down to Hunter in the mid-range, and he's got the smaller Van Dyne on him. The ball ends up in Tyler Wilson's hand at the top of the key with 3 seconds left. He's going to have to pull something. Deep two contested, and he cashes it in over the much taller defender. Adrian Castro is going to find P.J. Washington inside, and he gets the left-handed floater to go. Good defense there by Doug Forsyth, but he needs to be a little closer to prevent that shot from going in as Tyler Wilson brings the ball up for Raleigh. Frank Ntilikina ends up with the ball in the corner, and he finds DeAndre Hunter. Back over to Doug Forsyth at the top of the key. A couple off-ball screens. Finds Wilson being screened by Doug Forsyth. Wilson comes off the screen, and he catches it in. Some nice off-ball movement here by Tyler Wilson. Kind of Steph Curry-esque. The way this Raleigh team runs a lot of screens to get shooters open. They find Devontae Graham wide open for the Knights, and he gets the little spin on the ball to go in. Frank Ntilikina is doing some little handles. He finds Armani, who takes a dribble pull-up, but he misses, and Tshiebwe gets the putback tip. As Casper Van Dyne brings the ball up for New Jersey here. He finds Nathaniel Halpern wide open, but he can't convert as D'Angelo corrals the rebound up to Cook, who hands it off to D'Angelo, who throws it over to Halpern. Cook's going to set a screen, and as Wilson gets inside, Russ can't recover, and the free layup there for Tyler Wilson off the screen. It's only a 3-point game, though, with about 2:20 remaining in the second. Let's see what the New Jersey Knights get set up here for a bucket. They need a 3 to tie it, and a 2 to make it a 1-point game. P.J. Washington's got the ball here. He finds Casper Van Dyne, who's going to receive a screen from Greg Tank. Greg Tank pops, but nobody recovers on the closeout, and Greg Tank ties the game as we come down to 2 minutes. 38 all. D'Angelo's got the ball here. He's going to drive. Some off-ball screens here for Tyler Wilson again. Over to Cook, over to Wilson in the corner where Tyler Wilson relocated. Tyler Wilson gets inside, and he kicks it over to Hunter, wide open in the corner, and he cashes it in. Van Dyne here's got the ball for the New Jersey Knights. Let's see what the Knights get set up here, and they find Russ on the right wing. And it looks like Greg Tank is not going to set a screen, but instead he's going to go into a post-up. And a little right-handed turnaround push shot is good for Greg Tank. Over to DeAndre Hunter in the corner. Some off-ball screens are set. They find Mark Cook, who's going to try a 3, and he hits it. Probably a little scary closeout there at the foot. You don't want that Kawhi Leonard-Zaza incident to happen as Tyler Wilson comes off and shoots a deep 2, and he can't convert. Greg Tank grabs the rebound, and he pushes it in transition. A little spin, and he ends up with a huge mismatch, and he finds Westbrook. They're going to reset and give Greg Tank the last second shot of the quarter as Greg Tank gets a huge mismatch with Tyler Wilson guarding. He spins, finds Westbrook, back down to Greg Tank, and Greg Tank just turns and puts up the left-handed layup, and it's good. Here it starts the second half. 8 minutes to go in the third as Van Dyne will bring the ball up for the Knights. Over to Halpern in the corner, and some off-ball screens for Greg Tank, who kicks it out to Castro, decides not to shoot. Greg Tank will now be throwing it back over to Adrian Castro. Greg Tank's going to opt to just go into the post. He's just going to turn and shoot the ball, and it's good. Van Dyne here has the ball again for the Knights. And let's see what they get set up. Greg Tank over to Castro. Hand off to Greg Tank, who's going to come off and shoot a little fading 3, and he gets it to drop as he does a little celebration to put the New Jersey Knights up 3 to make it 47 to Raleigh's 44. Hunter's got the ball here for Raleigh. Some off-ball screens for Tyler Wilson. Casper Van Dyne is just fighting around every single one of these screens to not let Tyler Wilson get open. 3 seconds left. DeAndre Hunter is probably going to have to heave it. A deep 2, and he gets the nice little roll. as Frank Ntilikina brings the ball up here for the Cavalry. It's a 5-point game now with the Cavalry down 54 to the Knights 59. Doug Forsyth here trying to get something to go on Greg Tank. Greg Tank's not the worst defender, but he's or the best defender, but he's gotten a lot better this season as Armani D'Angelo is going to come off, shoot a little 2. He gets it to go. Yeah, Greg Tank isn't the greatest defender as the stats don't show, but you know, he's got a big player model, so he's able to contest a lot of shots. But Doug Forsyth gets his last one to go over him as Casper Van Dyne returns with a 3 on the other end. Tyler Wilson here. Yeah, Greg Tank's only real problem is getting isolated on the wings against faster, but he usually stays in front because he is really quick. I think it just comes to him being slightly young. Armani D'Angelo's going to try a 3, and he gets it to go to make it a 1-point game. But Greg Tank, where he makes up for it on offense, it just doesn't really matter. He goes out there and he drops about 30 a night in our videos. And he's going to go try posting up. And he finds the open Casper, and he cashes it in. Casper will again bring the ball up for the Knights. They can just keep feeding Greg Tank when he's into the post, and the Raleigh seems to just double him to make everybody else work. As Casper finds Reed rolling to the hoop after the screen for another two-handed slam. Casper's a really good playmaker. As P.J. Washington gets a post up and finds Reed. Reed's going to have to heave a last-second one, and he can't get it to go as Tshibwe grabs the rebound. Up to DeAndre Hunter, who is being double-teamed, and he drops the ball. As Casper Van Dyne throws it up to Washington wide open. Washington drives instead of settling for the jumper, which leads to Vontae Graham being wide open for 3, and he cashes it in. Halpern tries a corner 3 and can't get it as DJ Johnson corrals the rebound on offense and puts it right back up as Malik Buzelis can't recover enough time to swat it. Tyler Wilson here's got the ball for the Cavalry. He's going to receive a screen by Doug Forsyth, who pops into the mid-range, gives a little pump fake move. Greg Tank stayed down, did not fall for it. So Armani D'Angelo will receive a screen by DeAndre Hunter. Armani's going to come off and shoot a 3, and he swishes it. Armani is making things happen for Raleigh here today, keeping them in the game as it's only 1-point difference. Greg Tank in the post on Doug Forsyth, and they go to double. And they find Halpern driving, and DeAndre Hunter fouls. I don't know, that's a really questionable call as DeAndre Hunter was down and the hand was up. Offhand might have hit Nathaniel as he catches in his first one, and his second one is good as well to make it a 3-point game. 30 seconds left here to go, and we are tied up 82 to 82. So they're going to pass it down to Greg Tank in the post. He gives 2 good dribbles and finds a cutting Halpern over to Castro, who gives it to DJ Johnson. Back up to Halpern at the top of the key. Casper Van Dyne, quick pull, and he hits it to put them up 3 with 11 seconds left. Great clutch shot by Casper Van Dyne there. The Raleigh really need a 3 here to stay in the game. If they miss it, it's probably over. As Tyler Wilson grabs it, he's going to try a quick trigger, and it just in and out. Nathaniel Halpern's going to get fouled, and that's leading them to the free throw line. Nathaniel Halpern needs to knock down both here to completely seal the game. And he misses his second one as Doug Forsyth throws the ball up to DeAndre Hunter. 2 seconds left. He's going to have to pull it from deep, and he cannot get it to go. The Raleigh really needed an and 1-3 there, and really they just didn't foul or didn't draw a foul. So here is a look at the box scores. And our player of the episode is Greg Tank. He put up 45, 10, 6 assists, 2 blocks, and shot 51% from the field in his game. And if you guys aren't already in the Discord, we do have our all-star voting going on, so be sure to head there. I'll post the link to our Discord in the comments. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all later.